Hi everyone, welcome back to e-learning. So today we're going to be doing some EMS and our topic is on the economy. And this is term 4, so let's get cracking. Now, before I begin, we're going to discuss production. Now, production basically means that we need an input, and an input comes from natural resources. So it goes through a transformation where you manufacture goods through a process and you get an end result, which is an output. So that output would be goods and services. So this is basically the process of production. So in the exams, if they ask you what is the production process, you are going to say that the production process is how businesses make goods or services to sell to people. It starts with the input using a natural resource which goes through a process and ends with an output, which is a finished goods or it could be a service. Now, the key idea is that every product or service that we use went through a process. So it started somewhere, went through several steps before it reached you. Now, we're going to focus on inputs and outputs. So, inputs basically are things that are used to make a product. It could be people, or it could be capital, or it could be land. So, people is labor, capital would be machines, land would be resources like crops and minerals. Now, we use these inputs, which are used in a manufacturing process, so it's going to be transformed in some way to get our outputs. So our outputs would be the final products that we're going to purchase, or it could be a service as well. So it could be, for example, breads, cars, clothing, or health service, or banking service, or if it could be a computer that you're going to purchase, or if the service would be computer technicians. Now, these are used, our inputs are basically you call the factors of production, and there are four factors of production, which is natural resources, it comes from land, which is from nature. And that is examples of it would be land, trees, minerals, and wind. Now, labor is our second factor of production, and that is people. People means that people work and are used in the form of labor to get a it's either used to make a product or offer a service. So if you are making a product, you are doing physical work. If you are offering a service, then you are using mental work. So mental work would be a teacher imparting their knowledge or a computer designing a program, for example. Now, the third factor of production would be capital. Now, with capital, you need money to buy machines, which would be man made tools. You need money to buy buildings, or you need money to buy a van to transport your goods or services or goods, um, and you need capital to buy all of that. Our fourth factor of production is entrepreneurship. Now, this is our business creator. Our business creator uses all three inputs, all three factors of productions, because they use it to start and run their business. They plan and organize and take risks so they can create opportunities and jobs for people. So our business creators are risk takers. Now, they are uh, after having discussed what the inputs are and our factors of production, we're going to focus on the outputs. Now, the outputs are the final products or services. Now, there's two types of products, outputs, sorry. The first outputs are goods, which are tangible. You can touch it. So, for examples of this are clothes, breads, and cell phones. And then the second one is services. Now, this is things that you do to help other people. These are intangible services. And examples of services offered are teaching, haircuts, hairdressers, transport services, bank services, computer technicians, etc. Okay, now there are three stages of production, and these stages uses the production process, the inputs and the outputs to help our economy grow. Now, the primary stage is where we take our natural resources from the earth, and this is from the ground. This is the primary sector. And examples is harvesting crops, mining, or fishing. The secondary sector is the manufacturing sector. Now, in the manufacturing sector, the businesses use raw materials to create a finished product. So this is in the sector you use your primary resources to make something useful. Now, the third factor is the tertiary stage. Now, this is where the businesses provide services and goods, where they use goods and services to help other people. Now, the flow chart below shows you the stages of how every every stage is interdependent with each other. If you don't have the primary sector, the secondary production stage won't work. If you don't have the tertiary sector, the secondary and the primary sector won't function. So everything is interdependent with each other. Okay, so just to recap the three stages, you need the primary sector to um, take our raw materials. Our secondary sector uses the raw materials to make a finished product, to produce something, and our tertiary sector is the end product. Our secondary sector can also be a university where they train people to work in the tertiary sector to offer services. Right, so our economic grows because we use the factors of production and the stages of production and our inputs and outputs to grow our economy, to make it stronger and bigger. Now, businesses make more products. When businesses make more products, people earn more money. This creates more jobs, and when people are working, they produce. When people produce, they earn, and this helps our economy to grow. Now, our economy can be measured. It is not measured by how the quantity that we produced, rather by the value of all the products and the services that is worth for the whole year. They add everything up together in the whole year. Now, when they do that, then they measure the end result and they then estimate, is our economy improving, is it growing, or is it shrinking, is our economy decreasing? Now I can explain this as the tree for the economic growth. Now, in a tree, if you visualize it in front of you, you would see that the tree would have roots. The roots are the inputs. This is the natural resources, the workers, and the tools. The trunk of the tree is basically the production process where the goods and the services are made. And the leaves are the products and the services, and basically the fruits where people earn money. Now, all this is put together to create jobs and provide an income for people. When people earn money, they tend to spend money on goods and services. And this leads to more demand. The more demand creates more jobs, and this leads to more production, and this improves our economy and it moves as a cycle. Okay, now when people earn money, they basically go to shops and they spend their money, and our tree grows bigger, and our cycle works with production. Production means it creates jobs, it provides an income to people. People start spending the money, and the whole process begins again. And you can see that our production keeps our economy growing to grow. Right. So in our economic cycle, you can see here interest rates are increasing, then there's a recession. When our interest rates decrease, then there's growth. And then it continues as a cycle where there's recession, growth. And this happens with basically the amount of earning power of people. So the more jobs people have, the more they can spend. So we need a production process for people to have jobs. So in South Africa, to grow our economy and fix the problems from the previous apartheid dispensation, we needed to fix the following. We needed to fix unemployment because people were without jobs. Then there was poverty because they didn't have jobs, they didn't have food, and they were living in not very good conditions. Now, we needed to fix inequality between the rich and the poor, so that this was an unfair differences between the rich and the poor. So to help fix these problems and help our economy grow, entrepreneurs started producing goods and services. This created more jobs. When people had more jobs, they earned more money and improved their quality of life. When they improved their quality of life, they started paying taxes. And our government used this tax money to improve the economy by building houses, improving schools and hospitals, providing good infrastructure like electricity, water, and transport, and helped our economy grow. And this benefited everyone. So our economy grows using our factors of production, our inputs, our outputs. And the meaning of productivity means how well we use our resources, which are our inputs, to make goods, which are our outputs, or services, which is also an output. So a business is productive when they produce good quality goods in a very short amount of time using few resources. So, in short, productivity means making more in less time, okay, to improve productivity and improve our economy. So, our natural resources means using nature wisely and not wasting. Human resources means people work well according to a plan. They use machines and technology. They are trained and they're skilled, and they are happy and motivated. We use machinery, which you, um, is good quality and it avoids waste. We use the right machines to make for the right job. We make sure our machines are well maintained and used correctly. Now, technology in production. Technology means using tools and machines and scientific knowledge to make our work easier and faster. Technology helps people create, communicate, and improve the environment. It improves how we work. Like, for example, I'm using technology to help deliver my lesson, so you can learn this in your own time, not only in the class. So, technology in the production process. So, you use it, um, like, for example, a baker is using an oven to make bread, which is faster instead of using a fire. They Then we have robots. Your robots can build cars quickly. Now, how technology helps productivity. When technology is used well, it saves time, machine works faster. It increases the inputs, more products are made. It improves the quality, fewer mistakes are made. The economy grows because more products produces more sales, more jobs are created, more income is produced. So technology increases productivity, which improves the economy. Now, when there's advantages of using technology, which makes technology makes things faster and easier. It helps your businesses produce more goods quicker and faster. It reduces waste and saves resources. It improves communication and information sharing. The disadvantages is it is expensive to buy and maintain. Job losses are created because machines are doing it, and it needs skilled workers. People need to be trained to use the economy. technology. Sorry. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, everyone.